And Rachel Scott joins me live now for more on this. Rachel, polls show Walker lost a little bit of steam after the first accusations came out, but those polls still show this race in a dead heat. So could this second accusation sway voters, or are people's minds made up at this point?
Yeah, Diane, I think this is really interesting when you look at the polls here, because it does show that this is still a dead heat despite all of this controversy. I was down on the ground in Georgia. I spent several days there talking to voters. Lots of Republican voters told me they're sticking with Walker. They already have their minds made up. Early voting is already underway. Many of them had already voted. But it was interesting talking to independents who lean conservative. They have some serious concerns about these allegations, but for them, they told me just too much is at stake this election. They know control of the Senate is on the line, and they were just not willing to vote for a Democrat.
Now, in Pennsylvania's key Senate race, Democrat John Fetterman is now acknowledging that debating Republican Dr. Mehmet Oz on Tuesday night was challenging, given he's still recovering from a stroke. I want to play his comments for you.
To be honest, doing that debate wasn't exactly easy. I may not get every word the right way, but I will always do the right thing in Washington, D.C.
Republicans have questioned Fetterman's ability to do the job. Do you think he's instilled enough confidence at this point?
In Fetterman's campaign, I think, really tried to lower the stakes for this debate, too. They noted how unprecedented this was in such a high-profile race to have a candidate nearly 6 months after suffering a stroke, taking the debate stage and doing this. They were thrilled by his campaign performance, but I think very similar to Georgia, in Pennsylvania, a lot of voters do have their minds already made up. And again, a lot of voters here, they're thinking about the issues, they're thinking about what's at stake, and they're voting just strictly on party lines.
Now, 538's forecast shows battle for control of Congress at this point, basically a toss-up. So how critical are these races in Pennsylvania and Georgia?
And our friends at 538 have really crunched the numbers on this. So right now, yes, Democrats are more favored to keep control of the Senate. But this could change dramatically just depending on if Republicans win just one key race. If they win just in Pennsylvania, for example, their chances of taking the Senate go from around 40% up to 76%. And so this is why Republicans are going all in on Pennsylvania. One senior Republican official told me that Pennsylvania is a must-win state. If they win Pennsylvania, they say they win the majority.
2 weeks to go. What are you looking out for?
Oh, gosh. I'm really looking out for some of these surprises, right? Especially in these tight, critical races like Pennsylvania, like Georgia, things that are a dead heat. But also, this election, you have abortion on the ballot in 5 states. So I'm going to keep an eye out for critical states like Michigan, where they decide whether or not to protect access to abortion or whether or not to oppose it.
Rachel Scott, great to have you here in person, friend.
Thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.